And can you talk a little bit about the sorts of weight stigma you see in your industry?
One of, let me think.
Take your time.
Yeah, let's think how to phrase it. Once I finished my training as a dietitian, I went off travelling and returned to England some time later and was working in clinic. Can I start again?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Okay. One thing that really strikes me about weight stigma in the dietetic profession is that I wasn't aware of it once I finished my training. And it was only when I'd started working and I was listening to people's stories in the clinic of how difficult they found it just to negotiate their everyday lives. And the enormity of weight stigma, both within the clinic and outside. So when people were walking to the shops, they were telling me about getting insults hurled at them, and the real difficulty of going to dietitians and not feeling they were taken seriously. And that's one thing that started me, that's one reason that I started to look differently at what I was doing, that it felt to me that what I was doing could actually be part of the problem. I could be part of the problem they were talking about, and I was interested in finding other ways of relating to the evidence and relating to their experience so that I could alter how I was... Sorry.
No, that's good. Keep going.
Okay. Oh, dear.
No, that was good. I mean, can you tell me a little bit about how this stigma affects patient care and whether or not patients seek care?
If I'm working with somebody in a bigger body, I'm totally humbled by the fact that they've walked through the door to see a healthcare practitioner, because inevitably the stories that they will tell me are about how badly they've been treated. And sometimes when I'm working with people and they're trying to tell me how lazy they are, or they've been told because the weight loss isn't working. And in fact, what I'm always able to reflect back to them is how hard they've tried. And that even when things haven't worked, they've come back and they've tried harder and harder and harder. And how when we try harder at something that doesn't work and is never going to work, that is the problem. So I think weight stigma has a huge impact, both on people's health behaviours and their health-seeking behaviours as well. And of course, and I think one thing that is increasingly getting picked up in the research, but that people living with stigma themselves aren't always aware of, is the enormous physiological impact. So the very things that people might be seeking treatment for, such as insulin resistance, such as high blood pressure, are in fact hugely impacted by the experience of stigma. And so both the experience of stigma and the experience of shame that comes from that. And that's why I think the work of ASDA and people raising awareness of the impact of stigma is tremendously important.